Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I'm here today with another Mock Mondays video. Today we're going to be looking at the mini parade float. As some of you may have seen, this is already featured on Mardi Gras Man 23's YouTube channel, because I sent him the first version I made, the prototype, kind of in the style of his parade float, the original one that he made for his MOCs. This one here is kind of a mishmash of different colors and pieces, but still has the same essential pieces to it. Because I'm still working out how to make it in other designs and trying to fit it into my own Lego town. The idea is that this float can fit micro figures on all sides of it, so that you can get to, have a miniature version going around the town, and, it'll add some extra fun and, more fun mock making. So, I'm also going to show you in this video how to build it. And it has a lot of basic parts, but there may be a few that you might need to hunt around for. Now, I suppose the best way for me to do this would be to break it up into different parts and show you each part at a time. So, we have several parts I can break this up into. The first one being the wheels themselves. One of them having a ball joint on the end with a turntable on top, and then the other stationary and having the receiving end of the ball joint. Next part we can break it up into, and I'll show you more of the pieces for each of these in just a moment. Next part we'll break up are the sides that can fold down on the parade float. Then we have the top section, which can fit more figures on top of it. And then we have the base, which has a couple plates, the bucket piece in the middle, which I happen to have a lot of from Hall 98, and, provides the main structure of the vehicle. So let's move some of these figures aside, and we'll take a look at each part on its own. First part we have is the one with the ball joint hitch. And this one doesn't really matter if you make it with the long hitch, which is shown here, or if you make it with the short one, which is on a 2x2 plate, modified. This one's more of a 1x2, but it's a longer trailer modified hitch. And you use the small wheels in the bottom. You have a 2x2 brick here, and then on the opposite side of your ball hitch, we have a 1x2 plate. This is all covered on top with a 2x2 turntable. Next up, we have the receiving end, which goes on the opposite side, so you can have multiples connect to each other. This one is made again with the same type of wheels, and it doesn't really matter if you have a 2x2 piece or you use two 1x2 bricks. Then you put the receiving end of the ball joint, and this one again doesn't matter which one you use. It could be the old form as you see here, or it could be some of the newer ones, like in the creator set Emerald Night Train or something like that, where it has only two sides open, so you can move it back and forth. And then you put a 2x2 plate on top of that. That way, both of these should be equal when the wheels are standing up. Next part, we have the bucket. And this is the main structure of the model. And it's probably one of the harder pieces to find out of any of these from recent LEGO sets. This is a piece that doesn't really appear too often, but it used to be more available, some of the sets from the 80s and 90s. So they come in a variety of different colors. We have some in black, some in white, some in brown, and as you see here, some in blue. Basically, you just take that piece, and on one end you can put a 2x3 or 2x2, whichever you wish. Doesn't really matter what you put on either end, as long as it's 2x2 or 2x3. And then you put a 1x2 under each of them, like so. That way, you can attach these two pieces on top of each other. And make sure that for the front one, you leave that one space in there. That allows it to turn, so that you'll get to move it around in different places in the parade. Next part we'll look at, this is the area in which it holds up the sides, gives it a little bit more room for details, and if you want to add some decorations to it. And this is made very simply with some 3x6 wedge plates as you see right there. Then underneath those plates, we put a 1x2 plate. And then those attaches with some 1x1 modified clips. They should have the horizontal design to fit along with these other 1x2 modified plates. You could also use the 1x2 modified plate here if you have it. I don't have many, so I used the 1x1s. This will attach right underneath the bucket, as you see there. And then you can fold up the sides to hold your minifigures inside and put a little decoration on the outside of here, whether it's a number or a letter or some little colored lights or something. Next up, we'll use some of these 1x2x2 bricks to add support for the top layer. And you could always use a 1x2 brick as a substitute. Next, we have the top layer. And on the bottom, it gets to be built with either a 1x6, two of them laid across, or you can use a 2x6. And let me see if I can break this apart a little bit so you can see how it's built more from the inside. So in the middle of your 2x6 or 1x6 pieces, you will have this 1x2 kind of piece. I don't know the exact name of it, but you can recognize it. And then on the outside of that, you will fit either 2x4s or 2x8. That's to provide some of those siding. You can also make a separate part that has a 2x8, and underneath we put some either 2x2 pieces or 2x3 pieces. You should have a 2x2 space left in the open, in the middle. That way you can attach these onto the bottom and put this one back on there. And then you have your completed top. You could also redecorate this in different designs as well. Now we'll attach this onto there. So the way this is set up, I'll pull these down. This should already be a space of 2x6 so that our plates can fit right on top of it. So there we have our completed model of the mini parade float. This is my own design, and I recommend building it if you have the parts for it. But please make sure when you do, if you do, please give me credit for my original design for it. And I will also have on my extras channel a set of instructions so that you can follow along with this in a more organized way. The set of instructions includes the same colors that are used for the one I sent Mardi Gras Man 2-3. I'm not sure if I'll duplicate that for my own collection, but I'll make some, similar ones, because I'm planning to make maybe 3 or 4 of these similar to his versions from which they were based. So, we can't really fit minifigures inside, but we can fit them on top if we wanted to. Maybe fit them on the sides. Again, this is intended mostly for micro figures, which have become popular in the LEGO YouTube community. But you could always mod this a little bit just to fit figures on the inside a little better. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was thorough about the tutorial. And if not, again, check the Maniac for Bricks Extras channel to see a more comprehensible video. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO videos. Oh, and there's one last thing I forgot to show you, how this actually works. Silly me. I've modded part of my mail truck to hold the ball hitch so that these two can connect at the same level. And now I can move the truck around and the parade float will follow. With the turntable put into the front section of the float, we'll get it to move with nice ease and even some very sharp turns. If I had other parade floats attached to the back of it, they would also follow in the similar, like, crack the whip kind of pattern. So thank you for watching this video, hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more MOC Mondays.